Rain. A consistent inconsistency. A calming, constant pitter-patter that accompanies a rambunctious, roaring thunder. Sifu is the type of game that teaches players simple controls and 3 combos, and then expects them to defeat the final boss without issues.
That's over.
There is no filler in this game, no tacky gimmicks or worthless levels that only exist to extend the runtime. The game completely despises the idea of wasting time, but is also not against the concept of allowing the player to exist in the quiet moments. Sifu is a world of constant expectations and pressure. Each level is a collection of beautiful scenery and meaningful imagery, but it is oftentimes a requirement that you fight through them. There is constantly an exquisite, magnificent world flashing in front of you in a way that this beauty becomes overwhelming, which is why it's so significant that you are given time in between to breathe. The game gives you the space and the tools to train, but will in no way hold your hand through that training. Sifu's initial explanation of its mechanics and rules is very brief, but it's also easy to comprehend, and it establishes a good base for new players who must develop a style and understanding of its combat system, one that is specific and unique to them. Sifu's combat system is like jazz, in the way that everything is like jazz. Not to say that everything is wildly musical or forcefully rhythmic, but instead to state that everything is improvised, constantly changing. You realize this thing doesn't work, so you try something else, and then something else. And maybe you tie 2 somethings into 1 something until it all fades into muscle memory. The leg sweep, the charged back fist, the snap kick, there are so many different moves in this game. There's about 1,000 ways to knock someone on their ass and about 1,000,000 ways to kill them. Then there's the special flashy stuff that makes you recoil in your goddamn seat, wondering how you even managed to do that shit. There's that stab move with a knife that just absolutely ends someone completely at the cost of your weapon. No health bar, no fight sequence or long-winded dialogue exchange. Just build up swift motion and the breath gasps of your enemy as you take the light from their eyes in barely less than a second.
Come here. Oh shit. Put that down.
Stop this meaningless crusade here. Kuroki has long since abandoned this life of violence and bloodshed. Turn around and leave now.
Choice is the centerpiece of Sifu's gameplay, but the first decision made is one that is completely out of your control. Yang rampages through your dojo and kills your father, sparking a continuous cycle of revenge that defines the entire game. But when this happens, you are Yang. You rampage through the dojo and you killed your father. In Sifu, the player is the ultimate catalyst of pain, death, and trauma. The protagonist is in every way a child. No matter how old they get, they will always be that broken, helpless small witness, watching as their father is brutally killed, calling out for him in the pitch black.
Father!
desperately pushing to understand why he had to die, why they've been left here, all alone. The only thing the protagonist has left of their father is a charm that basically grants them immortality, but the cost of aging them each time they would have died. The more you die, the more you age. You hit 70 and it's game over. The protagonist's vengeful crusade is literally forcing them to grow up too fast. But even still, their only true purpose is to exist as a reflection of the player, an empty frame for the player's attacks, choices, and emotions. They are nameless and empty. It is rare that they can even speak without the player allowing that speech and choosing the words that come out of their mouth.
Open up! Don't make me bust this damn... Ah, check this fucking clown out! Help you with something?
The warehouse. Which way? The winner becomes a king, and the loser a thief. This battle isn't over yet.
To each crime, its punishment, and to each punishment, its weapon.
My father never did anything wrong.
He should have done better.
Although storytelling through dialogue is not really this game's strongest quality. Voice lines repeat themselves, and at times words feel empty and meaningless unless they come from the protagonist, Yang, or the artist. The other enemies and bosses feel insignificant, and their words usually come and go without affecting the player in important ways. Sifu thrives in environmental storytelling and narration. The game is spectacular when it comes to speaking to the player's heart through objects, areas, glances, and stares. Like I said previously, Sifu is a game of choice, but its greatest achievement will always be trapping the player, engaging them in a distorted loop they were forced to start, pushing them through catacombs and dungeons, encouraging them to delve into the darkness that is this game's world with only a sliver of light peeking through. Everything in this game is the same yet different, finite yet constantly looping, the same event disguised as different moments. The night Yang killed your father, the night you killed Yang, the fighter, the botanist, the artist, the CEO. Everything in this game is the same yet different, finite yet constantly looping, and it is all tied to the rain. A calming, constant pitter-patter that accompanies the rambunctious roaring thunder.